Well, Donald Trump has sent out more trade letters this morning. Brazil in the firing line, 50% tariffs it will have to pay, and that starts from August 1. That's the highest that Donald Trump has issued so far this week. Joining us now is ANZ senior economist Adelaide Timbrell. Adelaide, thanks for your time. So we still haven't received a letter and are now unlikely to the more time goes on. So it looks as though a 10% baseline is it for us. What will the impact of that be?
So around 96% of exports from Australia go outside of the US. Most of what we export will not be directly hit by a tariff. Where tariffs hit us the most is actually likely through confidence channels and basically the extent to which businesses in Australia are kind of bracing for that global uncertainty, not making decisions, not hiring people and not investing. And for consumers, how much they're perhaps putting away a bit of a rainy day fund in case those businesses do that and they find themselves perhaps without a job. Now, the leading indicators of that behaviour are showing that there's not a lot of that. So overall, I think at this stage, it's looking like the worst case scenarios for Australia are becoming less and less likely, and it's really more of an industry impact for those companies who are exporting directly to the US.
Well, okay, let's touch on that. It could hit us indirectly, I suppose. So when countries like Brazil get hit, when countries like China get hit, all these other major exporting nations where we export to as well, just explain to our audience how we'd get hurt by that.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take China for an example. They're our biggest trade partner, and they've obviously had a number of negotiations with the US. If Chinese businesses see those negotiations and go, oh, maybe we should slow things down, maybe we shouldn't produce as much, that means they're not going to buy as many inputs from other countries, including Australia's commodity products. And so when they do that, we have less profitability there. That takes less profitability to our mining sector, also less tax revenue to our government, which means our governments don't have quite as much money to play with and stimulate the economy either. And then if China's GDP slows as a result of that uncertainty or as a result of the direct impacts of any tariff changes, then they're also going to buy less from us as well. So that's kind of the main, more direct way that a slowing economy elsewhere is going to slow down Australia. But also if the globe stops producing or if there are bottlenecks in the shipping industry because of all of these changes and how quickly they're happening, that's also something that's going to potentially increase costs in Australia and slow down our economy as well. There's also little things that can happen on the margins due to those indirect effects.
All right, Adelaide, Timbrell, appreciate your time. Thank you. We'll chat again soon.